Blessings, y'all. What's happening? What's happening? Dead man Rashawn checking in. You already know who it is, but that's what's up. Another beautiful day at the office, baby. Beautiful day at the office. Let's get it popping, man. You know what I mean? So, as always, appreciate y'all for checking out the show on my block. New show where everybody can come in and get their politic on. You did what I'm saying? Whether it's from MAGA to Muslim, whether it's from racing to religion. You did what I'm saying? Whether it's from music to making food. We talk about everything here. You did what I'm saying? And ain't no holds barred. And at the same time, ain't nobody gonna be clowning you for saying you with this or you ain't with that. You know what I mean? This is a place where everybody can voice their opinions, get their game on. You did what I'm saying? And just be good. Because like I said on every show, we don't talk to each other enough. You did what I'm saying? Because number one, a lot of us ain't in each other's houses. A lot of us ain't eating each other's food. A lot of us ain't riding up and down the road with each other. You did what I'm saying? We got these phones. You did what I'm saying? And we getting this right here on, and that's just how we doing it. You did what I'm saying? I mean, you got some cats that's out here dating each other and ain't never even smelt each other's breath, but yet that's your girlfriend or that's your boo thing. It's bananas. But as always, let's get on with it, man. You know what I mean? That's another show for another time. You did. Y'all came here. We're going to talk about teachers versus ICE. First episode. So let's get it popping. The thing is, what I want to talk about, man, is I've been seeing a lot on social media as well as where I'm at here. You did what I'm saying? In my home city. You did what I'm saying? Well, I'm up here in Richmond, Kentucky. So shouts out. You know what I mean? And we don't have a lot of this going on here, but there are a few cases. But where I came from down there in Atlanta, that was an everyday thing on Channel 2 News. You feel me? So South Carolina, where I'm originally born, you know what I mean? There are cases down there as well that I see just bananas. And, you know, a lot of this stems from what's going on now. We all know that. A lot of all of this is stemming from what's going on now. Okay, it's not a secret. You did what I'm saying? All through history, we have been taught that church and state is separated. We know that's a damn lie because you can't get state unless you have the church. The church is the reason for the states. States meaning politics. Politics stem from church. It stems from religion. Colonization, when people overthrow a government, they have to be taught this practice, this religion. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that, you know, and that be the Bible, that be their gospel. And that's why black people are with the King James Bible the way they are. You did what I'm saying? Because back in the days in slavery times, you know, Europeans taught us that this is their way. This is their Bible. So this is what we know. You understand what I'm saying? That wasn't African way. That wasn't, Africans had their own religion. But once the colonization took place, they were made to rock with this religion. So that's where that came from. But anyway, teachers, man, there's over 15,000 cases of teachers harassing children under the age of 12 since 2023. It's 2025, people. That's 2 years. Why? Why? There's a couple reasons why. Okay. Number one, we know where a lot of these teachers came from. Okay. As opposed to now, if you look at it, our society now is more connected racially, relationship wise. I mean, let's keep it 100. There's more interracial dating now than it's ever been in the history of history combined. Like from 2015, 2016, that's when it really started. You see what I'm saying? because a lot of the kids that's growing up now that were born in 2000, 2005, they grew up in an era where people were multicultural. You see what I'm saying? If you look at the black families, white families, Asian families, Mexican families, they're all older people. 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old people. The majority of them. They're on their way to retirement. You understand what I'm saying? Now you look at the most interracial couples, families. They're younger. 30 and under. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. So you have this multicultural world now where kids from Japan is coming to America, and kids from Africa is going to France, and kids from Australia is going to Toronto or Canada, or kids from Mexico is going to Brazil or Italy, and they're becoming multicultural. People are starting to learn each other. They're starting to realize that, damn, what I see on TV ain't really facts. But that's kind of the reason why they call it television. Tell lies through vision. You did what I'm saying? Television. But man, it's just bananas on how that exploded. Now, when I was growing up in the 90s, like I said, I grew up in South Carolina in the 90s. We already know it's the South. We know what it is. But the thing is, what a lot of people understand is the North was mad more segregated than the South. Think about it. When you went to the Bronx, you had black folk and you had Dominican folk, and that's what it was. You went to Boston, you had white folk, you had Irish folk. And they ain't rock with each other. Because a lot of people understand Irish folk back in the days was the new brothers. You dig what I'm saying? They were right above us on the totem pole. You dig what I'm saying? Italians, yeah. A lot of people don't get it now. But in the 80s and 90s, especially like the all of the 80s and like from 93, 94, man, Italian was basically light-skinned brothers and sisters. They were treated just like us. That's why, you seen a lot of the Cuban folk, they would try to claim they was white. No, you ain't white. You Cuban. But they wanted that acceptance. They wanted that white acceptance. People, here's the thing. And I ain't even mad at white folk, especially now. Because of the simple fact that if every single year you see people wanting to be you, how you gonna get mad at that? Think about it. We as black folk, we see white people getting tans, want to look like us. So we're like, cool, get your tan on, come on through. We show love. You hardly ever see black folk clowning another race of wanting to be like us. But then you turn around, it's the total opposite with everybody else though. And I'm not tripping. Think about it. But now check this out though. As much as we love our blackness, as much as other races and countries love our blackness, you start to see more and more black folks, especially women, trying to look white. Where all this blonde hair coming from? Shouts out to Beyonce. Just saying. K-pop. All these female K-pop artists. Well, hell, all the K-pop artists. These K-pop artists look like a million Michael Jacksons. How you whiter than white people? I mean, damn. I mean, these people are white. Like white folk, y'all just Caucasian now. Y'all can't be, y'all, there's no such thing as white supremacy no more. White supremacy is, K-pop is the new white supremacy. You did? K-pop is the new white supremacy. Because Korean people look more whiter than white people. I mean, dude, they are white. Caucasians is like ivory. I mean, off-white, eggshell. You feel me? Oh my God. But that I know we kind of got off track, but we didn't. This is why I'm saying this. Because when you see people constantly trying to be you, it's a sign of flattery, but at the same time, you take that and you run with it. Now you gotta remember 1954 was the year that they desegregated schools. What was it? Brown versus Board of Education or something like that. I think it was Brown versus Board of Education in 1954. People, they spun the narrative that, oh, if we desegregate the schools and integrate colored folk with white folk, it'll make a better society, or it'll make a better learning for the colored folk. Actually, no. Because studies have been shown, even from back then, the reason why the government desegregated schools is because colored folk was learning at a higher clip than white folk back then. And I'm not hating on white folk. Listen to what I'm saying before you start trying to drag a brother. White folk never had to struggle like that. We ain't talking about now. See, a lot of white folk now, a lot of folk period, but especially white folk, if you struggling now, you got to look at why. Because it's clear, especially more than ever now since your boy done got in office, it's clear. Y'all ain't supposed to be struggling. Y'all done had it good since Christopher Columbus came over. I'm just keeping it 100. So don't trip on me if you still living in a trailer park and doing this, doing that. You got to follow the breadcrumbs, people. You got to start looking back on why you're 30 years old and you still making $23,000 a year and you white. No. There's no excuse for that. No excuse. Follow the breadcrumbs. Go back. Okay, what did mama and them do? What did granddad and them do? Because the math ain't mathing with us. The math ain't mathing, white folk. The math ain't mathing. I know a lot of y'all seen that post where that sister was talking about the monopoly thing, where imagine, white folks say that we all good now, we on even terms. That'll never be, because of the simple fact, play the game of Monopoly. When you start off, you get these amounts of money and you get these many turns to go. Black folk, we lost 4 turns. We didn't get no money. And then after our 4th turn, which would be our 5th turn, we started going around. Well, why now? White folk that started building apartments and hotels. And then when we go past go, instead of us getting $200, we get $50. So we start landing on y'all property and we can't pay it, then what? It's game over, right? White folk never had to pass go without collecting $200. White folk never had to start with no money. So that's what I'm saying. And like I said, it's no offense. We keep it a buck here, guys. We keep it a buck here. So whenever I talk like that, I just be throwing it out there. And once again, it goes back to teachers, because when you're being taught that you supposed to be up here and everybody else is down here. You just have that mentality. Whether you want it or not, you may not openly say it in public, but when you go home, you're like, psh. So I salute all white folk that show love to everybody else that's non-white. Because y'all make the world go round. Contrary to popular belief. Yes, a lot of people don't believe this. There are 67% more black people in the world than it is white folk. But it's also 70% more white folk in America than it is colored folk. On my Instagram and my Facebook pages, Deadman Rashawn, if you want to follow me over there, Deadman_Rashawn. I posted on them, TikTok as well, Deadman Rashawn 190. It's all one word, Deadman Rashawn 190, where I broke down the percentages of all people in this country. There's 196 million white folk in this country. There's only 41 million black folk. You understand what I'm saying? There's 67 million Latino and Mexican folk. So there's 27 more million Latinos and Mexicans than it is black folk. You see what I'm saying? So whenever you seen all these elections where they was talking about, oh, black women, if it wasn't for black women, Biden wouldn't have won, or this, that, and the third, you got to think about that. I don't think that was the case. Just off of sheer numbers, that wasn't the case. The math ain't mathing with that. Now, black women was the most vocal by far. But once again, it goes back to teaching. As a teacher, you are the voice of reason as well as the voice of reckoning with children before they graduate school and go out in the world and try to live the best life they can live. And that's your problem right there. The best life they can live. They means me. So now I can't get mad when someone goes out that was in school with me and get money, get big, get Mark Zuckerberg, get trumped, or whatever, and leave me behind. Because we've been taught, be the best you. Not the best us. The best you. So how are you getting mad at someone that has this mentality? We've been taught this mentality for 18 years. Go out and get you player. Now you out. What about us? Hell, what about you? It's just like the military. In the military, you're taught to do what? Kill. The enemy. But who's the enemy? Them. Who's them? Anybody that ain't got this uniform on. So now you got someone that's in the military for 22 years, 35 years, and now they come out. How you expect them to cut that off? They can't. So if you growing up 1954, 1965, 1973, and you are all about the civil rights movement, and you grew up in that era where white folk was spraying black people with water hoses and German shepherds was biting their arms and legs off, and if you try to punch the dog, here come a cop, boom, bust you upside the head. You had to go through that. Now you're a teacher. So depending on what side of that you was on, that's how you're going to be taught. Remember Jerry Jones A couple months ago, he was all in that big hoopla because he was a part of one of the a hanging of a black man as a child in school. They was out there beating on this dude, spitting on this dude, and somebody did a still frame, and it was Jerry Jones. I think he was like 16 or something. These are the things that carry with you forever and ever, amen. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I said that's why these teachers, they have this mentality. Because the majority of the teachers, guys, we have out here are 40, 50 years old that are teaching 6 and 7-year-olds. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm telling y'all, a lot of that teaching stems from where you live. You live in a poor community? Where that teacher live? You live in a high-rise suburban neighborhood? Where them teachers live? Who are them teachers? What colleges did they go to? What schools they came up in? What they family like? Because we all know the majority of the teachers that work in public schools ain't getting bread like that. I dated a teacher, and one of my best friends in the world is in South Carolina right now, Newberry, South Carolina. She's my best freaking friend. Her daughter's my goddaughter. And I know she lived with me for 1 year and 8 months, her whole family. And I know what she was getting paid. She was not eating. Shorty wasn't eating. So when you're a teacher, it's one of two things. You either love the hell out of children and you really want to see them make it, or you sitting there just making damn sure that certain people just get by and you work the hell out of these over him. Because as a teacher, you know who got it and who don't. I got a mixed family. And when I say mixed family, my family looked like you just stepped into Walmart. White folk, Mexican folk, Japanese folk, and German folk in my family. And I ain't just talking about one person. Remember how back in the day we used to go to family reunions to see, who we can link up with. Now, I don't know if y'all do that now, but back when we was growing up, man, in the 90s, man, look here. We knew our female cousins was going to bring some hot chicks with them because that's just how it was. You dig what I'm saying? Some of our homeboys be like, hey, yo, big cuz, I know you're going to take me to your family reunion. Oh, man, you already know. Man, your cousin fine as hell, boy. You got to hook me up with that. It was almost like Freaknik down in Atlanta or like going to Myrtle Beach for Bike Week. You knew if you was at Bike Week, somebody was getting smashed. Somebody shorty was going to have their ankles pent up. Period. If your man went to Bike Week or was at Freaknik, don't hate because you knew you were getting yours too. This was literally free pass day. Family reunions was the same way. Not with mine. Bruh, I was hollering at the white chick one time, my family reunion. And my auntie from Philadelphia. She was letting it ride for the longest too. And she was like, baby, let me talk to you. I was like, what's up, auntie? She's like, I don't mean no harm. But unless you plan on having babies with 3 eyes or 3 titties or 22 toes, you know that's your cousin. I like, who? That white girl ain't my damn cousin. She was like, mm-hmm. And she broke it all the way down. I was like, man, I can't get nothing in here, man. Oh, it was bananas, bro. It was bananas. But that's why I be telling people, man, biracial children have it real hard. You think black folk had it hard. Biracial kids have it hard as hell in school. Because if you're a teacher that grew up in that Jerry Jones era, that Mitch McConnell era, I mean, Lord have mercy. I heard the tape of Mitch McConnell and the other guy the other day. That's going to be probably on Wednesday show. Jesus freaking Christ. They were talking about bringing slavery back, but making white people slaves because black people wasn't going to do it. Y'all ain't heard that tape? I'll get it for you. I get it for you. If you ain't heard it, Check Back Wednesday. Oh my God. But that's the thing. When Mitch McConnell graduated school, he graduated with a big ass rebel flag behind him. The teacher, the superintendent was shaking his hand, giving him his certificate with a rebel flag behind him. And he's married to an Asian chick. But teachers make, on average, $40,000 a year. But you have ICE agents making $100,000 a year, who are nothing but QAnon and Proud Boys. I mean, we know that. But it's the rhetoric that they throw out here. Think about it. Trump has openly came out and said $100,000 for every ICE agent plus a $40,000 bonus. So the bonus for ICE agents is actually a teacher's yearly salary. If that's what's going on, why would a teacher give a rat's ass about teaching people to be better people? They're not. Because there's no incentive on being good. There's no incentive on making sure that little Gabriel gets a proper education. There's no incentive on making sure that little Becky or little Duran gets a proper education. So the more that they, and I'm telling you, the breakdown of teacher race in America, 92% of all teachers in America from kindergarten to 12th grade is white. 93% is women. Think about that. So the majority of the teachers out here is white women. We all know Roe versus Wade. We all know they got their rights taken away. Basically, your dog has more rights than a woman in America. And now, every time you turn around, there's one dig after another on making sure that women don't get their proper due in this country. No. Period. End of discussion. Damn you. You a woman, stay in your place. Ain't that what they be saying all the time? What the hell is my place? You see what I'm saying? What the hell is my place? But this is why women are so irate these days. They have no incentive on being good freaking people. So I got to get it how I can. Teachers go out here, these kids is aggravating as hell. They ain't worrying, they ain't studying your child. And if they get on, and if you get on the teacher nerve, they snatch your little motherfucker. And that's where all these cases coming from. I just told you, there's over 14,000 harassment charges from teachers. From 2023 to now. That's bananas. But a lot of these teachers, man, they're acting out because they tired, they mad, they're upset. They see people with no morals whatsoever being given preferential treatment, getting paid nearly 3 times as much money to be an a-hole out here and grabbing people up, coming into your schools and grabbing kids. These 6, 7-year-old kids out here, all they know is, I ain't gonna never see my mama no more. How the hell would you react if that was your kid, bruh? If you was white and you living in Brazil or Haiti or Africa or somewhere that's predominantly non-white, and the police or some hired gun agency snatch up your damn child, then come snatch you up. Now your child gone. You over there finna be gone somewhere else. How? You can't even fathom that. As a white person, You can't fathom that. Think about it when COVID was going on. When white folk was moving and traveling to different places and they had to wear their mask, and then you had some people not wearing a mask, and you was in Mexico or Italy or somewhere like that. And I mean, we seen all them posts. Remember, I forgot the chick name where her boyfriend, I think was it Hawaii? No, it was Mexico. Somewhere in Mexico, they were surfing, and she didn't wear a mask, and they arrested her and detained her and all this and that, and her family was wilding out. And she was talking about, I'm in America, you can't do this to me. Baby, you're in Mexico. They can do whatever the hell they want to do to your ass. So anyway, baby, I just want y'all to understand, these teachers go through too much hell. They go through too much hell for y'all to be sitting there allowing people like ICE agents, who's basically hired gunmen, for a wannabe dictator. And let's keep it a buck here. We already know. To be making $100,000 a damn year when you have teachers having to teach these badass chaps. And they bad because society is bad. They don't get paid enough to go through this. You as a parent don't even want to be around your own kid half the time because they aggravating. But now you want to get mad at the teachers because they snap like you. Now I get it. They have to have a higher level of ability. This is like trucking, and we're going to talk about the trucking industry on Friday, about a lot of these accidents that's going on. People know I was a truck driver for 26 years. I know what's going on out there. But to all my teachers out there, man, look, we already know this administration don't give a damn about you. This country don't give a damn about you. Okay? We're 47th in the world as far as education. 47th. Now, I want you to think about this. What if your favorite race car driver or your favorite basketball player, your favorite golfer or something like that was saying that they're the best in the world, but they're always finishing damn near last every season? How can someone in NASCAR say that they're better than Denny Hamlin or Kyle Larson when they're always finishing a lap down in 28th? That's like Ty Dillon saying he's better than Chase Elliott. Think about that, guys. For all my NASCAR fans. And shouts out to Bubba Wallace already. You know what I mean? The man made history. First person of color to win at the Brickyard. I think Mario Andretti won at the Brickyard. He's not white. So it may be the first black man, because it can't be the first person of color, because Mario Andretti ain't white. And he won the Indianapolis 500. But shouts out to Mario too. But shouts out to Bubba Wallace, whole 2311 staff, Kurt Busch. We follow each other on Instagram. That's my man. It's my second favorite driver, only behind Bill Elliott, Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Chase Elliott, by the way. I'll let you, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, teachers, I hope to God that we can get, you know, some change around in the government to get y'all some love, because as you see, it ain't a money issue. It ain't a money issue, guys. Okay? That's the next episode, part 2. So we're going to talk about the Trump administration and what they doing on the next episode. Good and bad. Ain't a whole lot of good. Unless you're an ICE agent, then you good. You eating, bro. Shouts out. Get money. To all my teachers, I love y'all, man. Real talk. I want y'all to be all right, man. And if you can, just please, you be better off just letting the kids do what they do than to put your hands on them, because it ain't gonna do nothing but end up bad for you. It just is. Stop putting your hands on these kids because this country don't give a damn about you. These kids know they on social media just like we are. They know what it is. They see it every day. $15,000 cases of child harassment by teachers in the past 2 years. Sorry, ain't no excuse in that. Regardless of what you getting paid or ain't getting paid. Keep your hands to yourself. If little Nikki don't want to learn, let little Nikki fail. Let her ass stay right there. She don't want to get out the 5th grade, oh well, she'll just do it over. I bet she'll learn next year. I'm dead ass serious. Like I said, man, my best friend's a teacher. I dated a teacher. I know what they go through. And I tell them the same thing, and we talk all the time. And my homegirl in South Carolina, she'll tell you quick fast. I don't give a damn. I love children. She done adopted other people's children. So she'll tell you quick fast. If you don't want to learn, I can't make you. But I promise you this, you'll sit outside my classroom before you disrupt my class. I don't care who you is or how much your mama and them make. So it's been a couple times she done called me and told me, child, you ain't gonna believe what I had to do to this child. You know, she got a desk outside her classroom. And if more than one person is sitting out there, she'll send the other one to the office. And the office knows that if a kid come there, there's already another one that was already out there. And they go in on them. Suspend them, all kind of stuff. But that's why I said, man, I appreciate y'all teachers. But at the end of the day, you got to keep your hands to yourself. But on that note, I'm going to let y'all go, man. I ain't going to take up all your time. I ain't Don Lemon or Stephanie Rule. Y'all do your thing. I appreciate y'all checking in. You know what I mean? Follow your man, Dead Man Rashawn. You already see it. You want the merch, go check it out, jetlanerecords.com. You know what I mean? That's a jet with two T's, jetlanerecords.com. You know what I mean? New album, Nightlife, is coming this summer. I'm in the studio. Like I said, you go to my page, you'll see us in the studio working. Just finished up a nice reggae jam last night for the album. All my other stuff is out there. Go to Spotify, iTunes, wherever. Check it out. Shouts out to all the artists and all the producers and engineers that's been working with me. EA Ski, Pharrell, Trey Quick, Faded Beats, Mark Payne, Bell Biv DeVoe. You know what I mean? Y'all already know. Maroon 5, Rick Ross. So shouts out, you know. But anyway, peace and love. Y'all hold it down. Like I said, next episode on my blog, we'll be talking about the Trump administration and this Genius Act bill that was just passed up under people's nose that a lot of people ain't talking about. But yeah. Y'all might want to Google that. Genius Act bill that they passed while that Iran war, while Iran was being bombed. They silently got that out of the way. Smoke screens, player. It's all about politics. Smoke and mirrors. We got to put something out there so we could do this. Because if we put this smoke screen out there for the people, it's usually race, then we can slide this on through. It's politics 101. Love y'all, man. Next episode Wednesday, Trump administration. We gonna talk. MAGA, where you at? Holla at your man, Dead Man Rashawn. And you are on my block. Holla at your boy. One.